and welcome to the show. Now, like I am sure pretty much all of you watching this, was a massive fan of Top Gear and the Grand Tour. I mean, a lot of the inspiration for what I now do at the end of the day came from watching those programs when I was a kid. So naturally, it is with great sadness that the trio have come to at the end of the road. I mean, it makes sense. They've had many great years of doing motoring entertainment. So for a little send-off from us, we were going to go racing on Forza Motorsport using a selection of cars that featured on Top Gear or the Grand Tour. Well, this is a long way back for me. We start off at Silverstone, where we're going to launch better than the Volkswagen. That thing's still front-wheel drive in A-Class is brave, to say the least. The Esprit that I have got here is, I mean, I'm hoping it's a little bit of an overall car. It is unlikely to be the very best in the corners. It's unlikely to be the very fastest down the straights, but with any luck, it might work quite well. A bunch of things. Oh, we got big sausage curb. Ugh. We got a big we had a really good start, and then we got sausaged, and then not such a good start. I'm in an awkward spot here. Yeah, we're going to sweep past. Oh, it's a vehicle. Someone's doing a bit of rallycross out there. The Camaro has gone for an adventure. Doesn't have a cow on the roof, though, this time. Where are we going to find some ways past? I mean, we can look. We can go for a sweeping pass. The Esprit is pretty solid. Oh, Porsches. Oh dear. I mean, fitting I'm racing that one. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to cut underneath. Oh, so I almost committed to going underneath the poor Porsche, and as I went to commit to do that, BMW turned up, and I kind of had to bail, and unfortunately, yeah, the Porsche came off a little bit worse in that one. We have had a shocking start, and I don't think it's down to the car's pace. I think the Esprit is genuinely quite fast. Just traffic has not gone our way in this. But if we can sort things out, you know, there is definitely opportunities. I'm not really going to run crazy fast into here at the moment. Well, I mean, I'm trying to look, but I've got nowhere to really go through Maggots and Beckett's. You're just going to get held up. Right, punch it on the exit. Here we go. We are going to pass the IROC onto the back straight. Now, what can we do down the straight? Now, you will notice my Esprit, it has got front aero because I was struggling with turning, but we do not have any rear aero to try and help with top speed. Oh, I mean, our car is good under brakes. I got a bit scared because others were braking a lot earlier than me down there. We will, again, get the power down, and we will pass the Ford. Can we go around the outside? There we do. We just get our vehicle across in time. Thought about having a little go to the inside of the Golf at that section. Could not do it. Might do it off the final corner, though. Oh, the Volkswagen's got... Once it's got the power down, it's quite quick. I'm going to guess it's quite light. So it has actually got some decent top end, that Volkswagen. I'm on a terrible line into turn one. We're going to lose the back end. Slide around a little bit. It's fine. There's some moving about from cars. I've just got nowhere I can go. It's just in the pack. Looking every which way for a way past. Around the outside of some cars here because they're all stacking up. No one immediately challenging. Can I chuck it? I say to the inside here. The Ferrari's going to box in Ewan's Volkswagen, which is going to be an opportunity for me to have a little bit of a look to the inside, and I'm hoping we can pass the Ferrari as well down here, which we do. Don't drive into the side of the Exorcist up ahead. Got nowhere to go. Got nowhere to go here. Ewan wants to try and have a look underneath. I want to try and have a look underneath some cars as well. I mean, let's face it, we're not winning this race. We were never winning this race from so far back on the grid, especially not after a truly awful first lap. But we are in the mix. We are in the thick of things here. God, my car is so much better under brakes. I mean, it's maybe not a massive surprise. The Camaro is quite quick, but it's very heavy in comparison to the Esprit. I mean, the way this thing here is built, it's £2,500. I think it might be a little bit lighter than that. It is very, very good under brakes. There's a Camaro that's swapping ends through here. We might be... so I could get alongside. I could have got alongside. Oh, God. The Camaro there. But Porsche ended up causing a screw. We really have just not had the luck here. I don't think the Porsche is going to have a crazy amount of straight line speed. It didn't look like it did. Yeah, so every corner where we have been relatively quick, I've just found someone having an accident. Or not an accident, but people having trouble. Right, off the straight we come. It's going to be to the outside of the Gulf, but I don't really want to be there because there is a Camaro in the way that's struggling a little bit for pace. Now we're going to have to go around the outside of said Camaro, and I have to lift. I couldn't quite hold it. Ugh. Right, we're coming up towards half distance in this race, and yeah, we have been having one of those days so far. Can we do some miracle things? Nope. No, we can't. Thankfully, that Camaro is going to have an accident on its own, and that will put us past at least. Now, time to go hunting back after a Volkswagen. The Esprit definitely deserves better in this one. It's just not really been able to utilise the car's strengths here. We're going to Raikkonen in it. It's fine. Managed to upshift by accident. Big gap to the cars behind. So we haven't got any immediate threats here. We will run it in behind you and try and not smash into the back of the Golf, because again, we are carrying a lot of corner speed compared to these cars. Even if we pin the Golf through here, I don't think we're going to be able to do all that much. It might actually be quite a cool pass if I can get this one to work. Sadly, the Golf's got too much straight line speed for the Esprit, and the Camaro's maybe a little faster than me. We might be able to follow the Golf through on the inside here, though. It's a difficult spot, the old turn 1, but we might be able to make it stick on the Camaro. We're going to go side by side with the Volkswagen as well as we head towards Maggots and Beckett's. It is side by side through the first part. I'm held up massively. The Camaro is then held up massively. We might be able to use this to our advantage, sneaking our way alongside vehicles. That is so many cars through Maggots and Beckett's. We really shouldn't be doing that, but never mind. Here we go, down the hangar straight. Can I get a move completed on the two ahead of us in the Lotus? It is a big dive for the Lotus, but we make it stick just. That was maximum effort from the Esprit right there. Can we pull it up in time for the final section? We do. All is fine. All is good. All is a little bit sideways, but we have recovered it. Oh, and I clonked the curb again. Do not get sausaged. It's never a good time. Right, got 2 more laps to go. What can I do about chasing down the cars ahead? Volkswagen, another Volkswagen. Got to deal with a different one this time. Sliding about. That's okay. That's fine by me. We will do what we can. And then there's a Bentley. I mean, might be able to get Impega's Bentley. I don't know. Don't really know the relative pace. Plus, I've now actually found myself with a bit of a weird driving experience, because I've learned. I haven't driven this track with this car before, and now the first 3 laps I spent learning it completely wrong because we were dealing with other cars around us, and now I've got to actually see what this car can do. Oh, and I missed my brakes through there. Apologies, Grumples. Yeah, now I was getting a little bit too brave. We will let Grumples back on the circuit, of course. That was a big... I think I might have still made the corner. I was going to run a little bit wide on my own. Didn't realise I was pushing it that late under braking, particularly. Do apologise on that one. Not the fun. It's been one of these races. It's been scruffy in some ways. It's not been my finest pieces of driving, and we've been in trouble. we've been in the mix a fair bit. We will again side up the inside at the first corner. Okay, we've got Impega 2 seconds down the road. The big Bentley, I mean, it's going to be... I imagine quite quick in a straight line, but I'm not sure it's going to enjoy like Maggots and Beckett's section. I would like a little bit more rear-end grip in the Esprit. By the looks of it, Impega would like a little bit more front-end grip in the Bentley Barge. Some rallycross from that. Fitting, though. That thing did a lot of off-roading. Now, can we chase it down before the end of this race? That is the really big question. Don't get too... As good as this thing is under brakes, let's not get too carried away. That's the other thing that we can end up falling into, is the trap of overdriving the car. So trying to be super aggressive under brakes and going very, very, deep into corners, desperately trying to make up that time. The other thing we've got to really watch out for is the oversteer with this car. The way I've built it, it's fast, but it's sketchy. This is not normally the way I build cars. If you've watched my videos for any length of time, you will know I'm not a fan of oversteery cars. I normally wouldn't have my vehicles like this, but this is quick over the course of one lap. It feels relatively quick anyway for one of my cars. But yeah, to make it quick, it is quite oversteery, a bit more oversteery than I would have ideally liked. We're catching Impega. Impega is catching Scotty, but I think we're going to run out of time. Barring mistakes from people, I don't think we're going to be able to do anything. Impega's struggling with the Bentley. It's out wide again. When we've got the gap down to a second, I mean, the final corner, there may, I mean, it would be one hell of a go into the final corner. Although we've been very quick through this section. Can we get our car in a place to tackle the Bentley? Impega struggling with understeer in that thing. We have got a few more corners to go. This for 7th place, which honestly, after the start of this race, I would have taken. God, we can brake so much later than the Bentley into these corners. Right, Maggots and Beckett's, can we pass the Bentley on the way in? Probably not. We're not going to be close enough. The pass is going to have to come at the end of the Hangar Straight. I've got to get off of this section well, which I'm hoping we can do. Impega's over the curbs. The Bentley is struggling. Here we go. Lotus, get the power down. Oh, we're going to be on the edge of the circuit. I was on the edge of the grip there. The back end was desperate to step away from me. Are we close enough to do a Piastri dive to the inside? There's a gap there for an Esprit, and I've just got so much mid-corner speed. We can pass the Bentley, but I know it's going to try and fight back into the final section. We're going to put the Esprit in the middle of the road here. It'll clonk some curbing, which is fine. Don't get oversteer now. That's the last thing we need. Oh, we're off the final turn. Well enough. We did it. We got it up into a 7th place. God. Hard work. Hard work. That was a hectic race. I would love to have known. I mean, looking at the lap time, considering I think that 2:12.7 was my last lap that included battling with Impega. Might not quite been Liam. I don't know. We could have fought with amongst the front cars. BMW's 1, 2, 3. Aston Martin in 4th. Nissan in 5th. Actually, good to see a 300ZX doing something all right. But yeah, I mean, we had one of the scruffiest races, but it was an exciting climb up to 7th. We move on to our second race at Yas Marina, and I couldn't ask for a better spot on the grid here. Hopefully we can get off the line nicely, which we do. The Mercedes behind wasn't massively quick starting. We have got an MR2, but Amstel doesn't want to have a look, and I have got a lot of understeer through turn. Well, I thought we would have enough grip to carry that much speed through turn 1. We did not whatsoever. But we are cleanly through here. And the Esprit, it's not the slowest down the straight, but it's certainly not the fastest. And we have got some very long straights to be contending with here. Be curious to see what some other stuff is going to be like. It's about to get very busy, I think, down here. What is monstrously fast? Is anything going to come soaring past? We are about matching the MR2 at the moment. The 190E is not really going anywhere. It's pretty even then for everything up here. Don't know exactly where to brake. By the looks of it, I did a bit better than Absol, and Absol did a bit better than whoever hit them. Someone definitely didn't stop behind. We got quite lucky in all of that. We just see the sea of headlights. Lotus, do your thing and run away from the sea of headlights. They are going to keep each other plenty busy, I hope. Now, this time we'll be far enough away that no more crashing into the back of my car. Although, it's very Top Gear-esque, isn't it? Crashing into the back of May's car at some point. But yeah, Liam is up to second. Oh god, Liam and Brazen are the cars behind me. That is the last thing you want to see, and then I immediately had a bunch of oversteer in the Esprit, which is also not helping. Not so... this car feels weird. Some tracks it just seems to not enjoy as much as others. It just seemed to have issues with the rear end grip at times. It was very good at Laguna. I didn't have as many. I mean, it still sideways a little bit at Laguna. No, that is tighter corner than I thought it was. I'm the only one having a bit of an adventure through the final turn there. Now, Brazen and Liam may keep themselves occupied. That's kind of what I'm hoping for here. It's been a while since I've driven this circuit, actually, which I think is not helping me. But, yeah, Brazen and Liam, if they can keep each other occupied and, you know, lose time battling there, I can hopefully keep a bit of a safe distance back to them. I don't know if that's actually going to be achievable, but we will see. We're trying to go for... I don't know whether that's the right way through there. So I was trying to go for kind of a late apex and fire my car, straighten the car up onto the straight. I don't know, I've never decided how I want to take that corner there. Yeah, this layout of Yas, I'm not as familiar with as the older one, and yeah, trying to figure it all out. I've not quite got there. Oh, we will get ourselves stopped. The arrows, so the arrows get more. What's the right word for it? More intensive, let's say, as you get to these big braking zones. And I guess it's to warn you if cars are coming from a longer way back to do a ramp. But it just freaks you out more that there's going to be a car doing a dive bomb because it's suddenly getting very angry and there's suddenly lots of arrows, even though the car is, you know, a second and a half back from you. Thankfully, I mean, yeah, that one there was no one coming. The other advantage you do get a little bit with a night race, though less so around here, of course, is the headlights. We don't have, I wish the game would let me have all sort of rear view mirrors and stuff, but we don't have that. However, you can sometimes see the headlights on the track, and it'll give you an indication of where cars are if the arrows are being a bit weird. Right, here we go. Get on the power. I mean, you do have the little radar, although that's more for sort of side-by-side, and if you're clear to pull over on somebody than anything else. We are having adventures at the moment. Bit better through there. I mean, we're still using all the curb and a little bit more. Hordes has got up to second now, so it's all changed behind us. It is an almighty tussle currently going on for second place. And, of course, the more they fight, the more that helps me. The more they fight each other, the better chance I have of running away, the better chance I have of staying out of trouble. Oy, there we go. That was on the limit, although by the looks of it, Hordes has got a little bit more pace than I do at the moment. Oh, come on, Lotus. There we go. Fire our car out the other side. Hordes has also got an Esprit, and obviously a faster one than mine. Now, Hordes has got the wing on the back of it, which is curious. I opted not to for more straight line speed. By the looks of it, mine is a little faster down the straights here. Hordes is, I will presume, will be a little better in the corners. The wing will definitely help with the oversteer that I sometimes get. Although we got off of that section there quite nicely. With this part here is where my car is likely to be good. Let's face it. Brazen's still in third with the IROC Camaro. Liam's dropped back a little bit there. We will try and get ourselves slowed down through here. That's gone a little bit wide, although hopefully we can get on the power nice and early. We light up the rear tyres a small bit through there, but we're out the other side. Everything is going okay for us. It's this section here that has given me grief with my car. This is where we have struggled a little bit with our Esprit. It has just not quite had the grip through here, and Horse is going to try and make the most of it. Unfortunately, they're going to be on the wrong side, and I'm not going to be keen to give them, the inside anywhere. You're going to have to look the long way around. And Horse knows it's going to be difficult. If I do have that little bit more straight line speed, it's going to be difficult to pass me. And the more we fight, the more, well, I mean, we're very quickly, we've already basically brought Brazen into this fight. Horse is going to look for a cutback here. I was hoping I could get on the power soon enough and would be able to make this one stick. We're not going to want to yield here, and Horse is going to find themselves in a very awkward line. Can we get the power down well enough? Here comes Brazen. It's now going to be 3 wide towards the hairpin. Brazen on a more normal line, if you like, heading into here. Who has got... We know we've got more straight line speed than Hordes. What is Brazen's car like in a straight line? I have absolutely no idea. Brazen might get the pair of us at this rate. We are past. I cannot get across to defend from Brazen because Hordes kind of was in the way there. Can't do anything about Brazen. Brazen's going to be on a very tight line, and I doubt the Camaro is going to have as good a brakes as the Esprit, and sure enough, we are able to fire the Esprit past the Brazen Mobile. Now, Brazen will be quick down this straight, but he's going to have nowhere to go because he's blocked in by Hordes. Is Brazen going to try and have a look to the inside? That's such a narrow line into the next corner. We kind of want to pin Brazen to the bottom of the circuit if we can down here. I went very late on the brakes. Hordes is going to cut underneath both of us, although I will get on the power nice and early. I can't quite get on the power as soon as I want to, though, because Hordes is a little bit there. All is fine. And we can shove the nose up the inside here, but it's not quite going to work. We're going to have to just kind of chill it a little bit. Car bobbles and bounces its way over the curbs. Got to be good through this section now. We cannot afford to have any more of that oversteer. I just cannot I can't get on the power in the same way that Hordes can through here. Now we will try and send it into the final corner. Try and get close enough, but we're not going to be able to here. And I think Hordes is probably safe at the moment. Brazen basically saw their opportunity as me and Hordes started fighting, which, you know, the best opportunity they were going to get, and had a very good crack at it. I mean, if I can, not do that. Yeah, that's just where we're losing a heap of time. As I tried to throw it through the first couple of corners, and it semi was working, just did not have the grip to go with it. Brazen's gonna now have a look, and I think I don't think we're catching Hordes. It's a second gap. We'll have the slipstream down the straight, but we've got other problems to worry about here. Those other problems being a Camaro that we can send the long way round here and try and do something about Hordes. Wasn't quite as quick here, but then we'll get the traction on the exit. Brazen is not quite close enough, but even if the tow from Hordes is going to help me here. It's going to help me potentially defend from Brazen. But yeah, we'll catch by this stage of the lap. However, that was way too deep. That was way too deep on the brakes. Although Hordes has gone very, very wide as well. Can I get on the power? I wanted to try and get cut underneath Brazen through there. We'll still get on the power well enough that we can fight our way back past there. A bit of a funky line through here. Don't upset the car. There, it really, really desperately wants to move around a lot through that section. It is having adventures again, and I don't like it. I don't want these adventures. Lotus, behave yourself. Ugh. That's a close call to the wall as well. Yeah, it's unlike me to have the oversteery, I say speed car, but I mean, we are talking very minor differences here between mine and Hordes' vehicles. Mine is slightly faster, Hordes' is slightly more composed. I actually had a very good end to that lap. We managed to make up some ground. I think my car is fast. I'm just not sure I am driving it, because this is just not my sort of car. This is not the sort of vehicle I normally excel at driving. So I think that's what's causing me more grief than anything, is I'm just not making the most of my vehicle's capabilities here. We are close. I got it right through that first section. I kind of got it how I wanted it to. I didn't quite get it right because we still got a little bit bobbly in one place, but we got there in the end. We are closer to Hordes. Now, it's not so much down this straight necessarily that I'm looking for the pass. It's the next one we might be able to do. Although I'd certainly take it if we could get it here. Hordes is going to be wary. Hordes is going to know that we've got some real speed coming here. Does not defend as heavily as I thought they were going to, because we are going to have a crack to the inside. Can I park it on the apex? We do. We make the Esprit very awkward. We absolutely nailed the braking zone right there. Couldn't have done it better if I tried. We have got the lead of the race. Brazen is going to possibly get past Hordes down this next section. Brazen's up to second. Hordes' lack of straight line speed could be a problem if I'm lucky here and don't do anything stupid, which is now why I am hugging the inside down here. Don't spin the wheels up on the curb. Go on, Lotus. get on the power. Hordes is going to have to try and pass in a really difficult section of the circuit. It is not easy to get past through here, although it's made easier if I'm sliding about all over the place. Hordes will have traction. I will not through the hotel section, but will Hordes be close enough? There's not much of an overtaking spot into the final corner here. Oh, but it's also, we know Hordes' car is pretty good. Oh, Hordes is going to send it to the outside, I should think. I'm not sure they're going to quite be able to do it. We round the final corner. It's a drag race to the line, and we know we've got speed here. We know we will outrun the other Esprit, and we will claim victory. Brazen has to settle for third. That was nuts. That was absolutely nuts. Christ. Good race. Well, good race indeed. Yeah. We had... Well, I found a bit of speed on those final couple of laps. We didn't really drive very well at the start of that race. Hordes got past and Brazen joined in, and then I found some pace a little bit. I just about figured out how to do that at the end. Jeez. Good stuff. Good stuff. We made the most of the pole position. Impega got a DS3 into 4th. Admittedly, we didn't see it, but well done, Impega. That's a mighty performance for a DS3, and up 17 places as well. Nicely done. Car Guy in 5th with the 300ZX. Focus in 6th. Liam ended up down in 7th and Scotty in 8th. We saw them at the start, and they kind of fell away a little bit. Didn't see what happened. Oh, right. And now I can possibly breathe. So, there we have it. The Esprit was very good. I'll be honest, the Esprit was a very, very good car indeed. As I said while racing it, my one was not set up exactly how I would normally go for it, but it was rapid. It took a little bit of adjusting, and I'm sure there's even more speed in that car, to be fair. Yeah, it was a very, very strong car in this one. We had some very exciting races in all of this. Yeah, there were certainly, with the selection that we have on Forza to work with, there were certainly some sort of stronger cars and some vehicles that just didn't quite work in A-Class and with this sort of stuff. But it was definitely an entertaining time. That, though, is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the Versity Community sign-up section, and you can register to take part in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.